Hey folks, the SWAT-T today on TacMed TV. Hey folks, Steve here with TacMed TV. Today we're going to talk about the SWAT-T, the Stretch, Wrap, and Tuck Tourniquet. It is marketed as a multifunction life-saving first aid device. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Some of the different uses. Of course, we're going to talk about the main use of it being used as a tourniquet. We're going to try to put one on one-handed. I've done this before I shot the video to make sure it could be done. It can be done, but I don't think it's a great piece of equipment, and that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean anything, it's just my opinion. I don't think it's a great piece of equipment if it's going to be your sole tourniquet in your kit. Especially if you're going to use it, try to use it one-handed. I would recommend that if you are going to do that, you practice with it because most people in an emergency situation, when they get that adrenaline dump, they lose their fine motor skills. Okay, so if you train and train and train and practice and practice and practice with it, it builds up muscle memory, and then in that case, you'll be able to better apply the tourniquet, this as a tourniquet. Some of the other roles that it has, of course, if you take it, it's a long piece of material, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But if you cut it here, if you've got a chest wound, you can use that as an occlusive dressing for the sucking chest wound. You can also use this as a kind of like a roller bandage. You've done a wound packing and placed material on top of the wound, bandaging material on top of the wound. Now you need, or dressing material, excuse me. I'll get my terminology right eventually. But anyway, you can use this as the bandage, and it'll get you a really tight pressure dressing. Okay, so it is good for that. Now you see here on the thing, you see the little circle here that's all mushed up, kind of flat, and then you see a big wide circle out to the side, and it has an arrow pointing to it. Well, that's to show you that you're pulling it tight enough. Okay, it'll stretch out to be more round if you're pulling it tight enough. Same thing with the little zipper track up here at the top. You see it's got an arrow pointing down to the blocks. Same thing. Am I showing this? Yeah, I can't tell. The sun's kind of in my eyes and it's hard for me to see. But if you see that, it stretches out the blocks as well, and that lets you know that you're putting enough pressure, pulling tightly enough on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. Now, this, like I said, this is not something that I would recommend that you carry as your only tourniquet, but it can be done. You just have to practice with it. Okay, and you have to pull it tight and wrap, tight and wrap, and you can see how it's doing with the blocks and the circles there. Let me show it that way. And you just pull it and wrap. Now once you get to the end of it, of course I'm not going to do that with this because there's like, man, this thing is almost like 6 feet long, maybe even longer, I'm not sure. But anyway, it definitely will occlude arterial blood flow to the rest of that extremity. Okay, I've got something coming up that we're going to do with all the tourniquets and a Doppler. I think you're going to enjoy that, but that'll be coming up in the next month or so. So we'll test all of them that way. Now, just to show you how long this is, let me step back here a little bit and show you. It's probably, let's get to the ground here, about 5 feet. All right, and that's the piece of material. Now it does work well. This is something that I do think needs to be in your kit. I was highly skeptical of it at first. Didn't know for sure if this was going to be something I was going to like. You know, because I'm a traditional kind of guy. I like the windlass and the strap. But this right here definitely has its place. All right, don't think for a second that this doesn't. And I think it does deserve a spot in your kit as either maybe not as a primary tourniquet, but definitely as a secondary, and then it just has so many capabilities. Just with it being the design that it is, it has a lot more capabilities. So anyway, with that being said, I've tried to keep this short and sweet. Just a real quick overview of the SWAT-T. And guys, let me know what you think. If you like this video, if you don't like this video, leave me a comment in the section below. You know, we're doing the viewers comments videos now, so pour them in. I need all the comments I can get to do those videos. Those are a lot of fun to do, and it lets me interact with you guys, okay? Because what we're trying to do here is we're building a community, okay? We're sharing information with each other so that we can take care of our officers, take care of our patients, and take care of our family and friends more effectively with this kind of stuff. So we need to be passing that information around, okay? So anyway, with that being said, I'll put some videos around as usual. I'll put the subscribe card up somewhere around here, maybe over here. And until next time, my name is Steve with TacMed TV saying you guys stay safe.